Ahead of the breaking news, COVID-19 cases in the Philippines are still increasing.
Former Vice President Leni Robredo speaks at the Obama Foundation's Democracy Forum.
Value of the Philippine peso, is it declining?
First smart classroom in Mabalacat, Pampanga.
Haring Mangi arrested by the police.
John Amores removed from JRU basketball team.
8-year-old Vince Rafael Apriano as the Eastern Asia Youth Chess International Champion.
Hurling Boodle withdrawal from Miss Planet International. Look forward in FYI News.
More than 2 weeks after the onslaught of severe tropical storm Paeng, around 3,000 families have yet to return to their homes.
Wait, I remember the news. I watched about Typhoon Paeng, but that was week ago. Why are the victims are still in the evacuation centers?
There have been 5 landfalls of Tropical Storm Paeng today. The last landfall was on Sariaya, Quezon. Let's hear over the FYI News Live Force Joan S. Camillas. What is it like out there, Joan?
We're now here in Morong, Sariaya, Quezon, and the wind here is very strong. As you can see, there's a lot of debris in the streets caused by the strong winds. Heavy rainfall also caused flood here in Morong, Sariaya, Quezon.
Since the storm is increasing intensity, the news team decided to enter the building that they are stopping in order to take temporary shelter.
The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or NDRRMC, said 3,933 families, or 17,900 people, remain in 127 evacuation centers, mostly in Calabarzon, as of yesterday, November 17, 2022.
MILG Minister and BARMM Head Attorney Nagit Sinaribo said the plan is moving towards life-sustaining activities for the communities before going to the full rehabilitation and recovery of the communities.
We assist those houses that slightly damaged so they can return to their home. We are looking at temporary evacuation centers because classes are now opening. At some point, they must be transferred. Otherwise, classes would be affected and we don't like that to happen.
He said the government will assist residents whose houses were slightly damaged so they can return to their homes while the regional government works on the restoration of roads, bridges, and electricity.
It has been more than 2 weeks since severe tropical storm Paeng devastated a large part of the country. Yet, there are still lots of displaced families that are still in temporary shelters. But why don't we try giving some donation and raising funds? That's a good idea. Watching news was a good decision.
During the Obama Foundation Democracy Forum, former Vice President Leni Robredo discussed the fight against fake news in the Philippines, even admitting that they have made mistakes in dealing with the issue.
Robredo acknowledged that they made numerous errors in their handling of misinformation. When she was elected as the Philippines Vice President in 2016, things became pretty terrible. But the first error was that she first took the position that their fake news don't dignify at the moment. They thought it was the right thing to do.
It has evolved to the point that a separate public sphere has already been created, such that it seems like there are 2 different, separate, almost incompatible information ecosystems that already destroyed a common baseline of facts.
They have supporters, and their supporters were trying to fight fire with fire. So some of them were trying to fight all the disinformation with, trying to correct everything on social media. They felt that it's just added to the polarization, she noted.
Concerned about potential dangers to the economy posed by a declining peso and the possibility of enduring inflation, the Philippine Central Bank increased its benchmark policy rate by 75 basis points on Thursday and hinted at additional rate increases in the future. For an additional report, we have Alkin Malinaw.
The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, Government Felipe Medalla, has highlighted the need for a sizable rate increase to stop inflation in the country. He had previously stated that he would support a rate increase of 0.75% earlier this month. If the peso's decline is allowed to continue, price expectation may become dishampered as a result. We do not want inflation to become out of control.
According to the central bank's most recent prediction,
Inflation would average 5.8% this year and 4.3% the following year before returning to the goal range of 2% to 4% until 2024.
Finger and clover, they go together. Finger and clover, my love affair. Ano man ang status mo sa buhay, single or it's complicated, pop star or diva, lover ng clover. Lahat sisimutin, sarap ay uubusin, lover ng clover, like clover finger.
Simot sarap kasama ang clover.
Many students are already eager to go to school. But what if the classroom is even more comfortable and even high-tech? So even if you're home, you will feel like you're in a classroom with a smart classroom in Macalacan, Pampanga.
What's even more amazing is that this is a public school, so students can use these high-tech features for free. That's the story that Jasmine Cornejo found out in this news.
Camera with artificial intelligence, ceiling microphones, and digital blackboards. Those are just of the high-tech feature of the smart classroom. In the School of Mabalacat, Pampanga, the setup of classes is still hybrid.
Even if limited face-to-face is allowed, not all students will fit because there are protocols that we must follow.
Their solution was having a smart classroom.
There are some who attend face-to-face and those who join online where they can also watch what is happening in the classroom.
There is a touchscreen display with a digital chalkboard that reflects everything the teacher writes on the traditional blackboard. While a webcam was initially used for the online lesson, a smart classroom with a portrait camera and artificial intelligence now available.
The tech company said that this was the first smart classroom that was built in the Philippines. The camera will track the teacher and the students, so whoever is talking, the camera will focus on them, and whoever speaks, the mic will focus on them.
From the sample chalk of Blackboard, teacher and student are also keeping pace with the modern technology, not to go with the trend, but to level up the way of learning. I'm Angel Jasmine Cornejo, and that is the FYI News.
A vlogger was arrested by members of the Pasay City Police Warrant and Subpoena Section or WSS for illegal possession of drugs on Monday, November 14. The Pasay City Police said that Nagit failed to attend his hearings in relation to his outstanding 2021 warrant. The report mentioned that the rapper admitted to using illegal drugs, particularly marijuana. For further information, let's call on Kathleen Gutierrez.
According to the City Police Chief Byron Tabernilla, the vlogger or rapper artist Daniel Miguel Miguelian Nagit, known as Harry Manggi, was arrested around 4:30 p.m. He was arrested in relation to the possession of illegal drugs following a meet-up with an informant who posed as someone who wants to buy a bonnet from Nagit. The suspect came to went with the arresting officers of the Pasay City Police. According to the Pasay PNP, the suspect has not appeared in the court hearing since 2021, which is the reason for issuing him an arrest warrant and including him in the city's most wanted persons list. However, he denied he was touching his case. In a message to his supporters, Harry Manggi left an advice.
Let's always have faith in the Most High. Always put God first in everything we do. Always be true to ourselves. Let's stay strong always.
Police Tabernilla announced that the arrest of the suspect is an example of good relations between the PNP and the community.
We really need cooperation of the community so that we can reduce and catch criminals.
Haring Manggi was first arrested last year after being caught with illegal drugs, but was released after posting bail. Kathleen Gutierrez from FYI News.
University of the Philippines Men's Basketball Team Management filed a criminal case against Amores of Jose Rizal University for punching Fighting Maroons Mark Belmonte during a match in July, resulting in injuries. Jose Rizal University's John Amores has been expelled from the school's basketball team after being indefinitely banned from the NCAA. For an additional report, we have Samuel Aguila.
The violent outburst by John Amores during the NCAA men's basketball game on Tuesday was not his first violent incident. According to documentation sent by UP to JRU, Amores' punching attack on Belmonte on July 26 during a Universities and Colleges Basketball League or UCBL game resulted in mouth laceration, a gum fracture, and tooth displacement.
I was shocked. All I saw was Amores kicking my player, bumping and charging at the referees. It's unfortunate and I am disappointed to see it happen. We don't want fights. We want to win games and try to make the Final Four. We teach our players values and respect. We expected JRU to take proactive steps. But since nothing came out of our efforts with the school's administration, we were morally bound to file a criminal case against JRU player John Amores.
Following the request of Renan Dalisay, chairman of Nowhere to Go But UP, a volunteer group supporting UP's sports affair, Jose Rizal University decided to upgrade Amores' punishment to expulsion from heavy bombers. Amores will be out of any and all sports activities with JRU. He is also suspended from his classes. Back to you, Ken and Misha.
Thank you, Samuel. Another young Filipino, Vince Rafaelo Cariano, won the 6th Eastern Asia Youth Class.
The Miss Planet International 2022 beauty pageant will not push through this year. Instead, the competition was rescheduled in January 2023. The pageant, which is initially set for November 19, 2022 in Uganda, will instead be held in Cambodia in January 2023.
Recall that a few days ago, Tolentino announced that he withdrew Hurley Nicole Budol from the competition due to its uncertainties. Also, the organization admitted that the host organizers had a shortcoming in their sudden cancellation of the original date.
He stated in his Facebook post, "We apologize to the supporters who have been rooting for us since day one. To the team, sponsors, and designers, thank you and I'm sorry. We are disappointed with the outcome of our several months of preparation, money, effort, and time. For me, as MPP National Director, I am very hurt. Not only did we lose a crown, lose of money, lose of effort, but also a lose of time. But we will never lose hope, because we have a bright future back home awaits. This is indeed a traumatic experience for all of us, but we fought for it until the end, and that is our mission."
Si Sam, isang balyena, kahit anong sabihin nila, si Sam ay ubod ng taba. Si Sam, isang balyena, kahit anong gawin nila, si Sam ay ubod pa rin ng taba.
Get fit with the #1 juice drink.
Here is the update about the weather in the next 24 hours. Yesterday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the low pressure area that we are monitoring here in the east of Mindanao had already dissipated. And currently, the Intertropical Convergence Zone, or ITCZ, still exists in Palawan, Visayas, and Mindanao, where this ITCZ is still causing rains in large part of our country. And tonight, we will experience scattered showers, thunder, and lightnings here in part of Metro Manila, even in the part of Calabarzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. This is a reminder to our compatriots that we continue to be careful and alert to possible flooding and landslides.